It's the spookiest day of the week. Are you ready? Well, okay, I guess it's not scary. I guess I'm marketing it as being scarier. I am marketing this. That didn't sound right for some reason. Didn't sound right, and I didn't like how I sounded when I was saying it. I appear to be far in the corner of the screen. Well, you'll notice something done been changed. Sorry, I don't know why I put on an evangelical voice. Jellicle cat? Nobody knows what that is. I do, unfortunately. I do, unfortunately. So let me get it into the position here. Make sure that I'm... Oh, hello! Look at my delicious profile. You get to see my double chin and everything. Let me just adjust it a little bit. Alright. And then before we actually get into the thing proper, I want to do like a full-on, like an actual intro. Sort of just like a what's up, y'all. Give me one moment though. I am in need of medication. What? I have no idea what that was, officer. Not that it's really illegal anywhere anymore, I think. Is that? I think that's the case. Give me one moment. I'm just gonna go off here and do nothing. I am not doing anything of significance. Hello, and look at me. Don't look at me, but look at me. Hello! What was that? All right, well, hello. Oops, there we go. I have to lean into the camera. Oh man, I'm coughing for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Oh God. Okay. Perhaps I should wait until after the intro for such indulgences. Hello, hi, and hello, and welcome. It's... I'm gonna edit all my coughs out, so I'm gonna look really professional on the VOD, or at least on the stream highlights. You guys won't even know that I was coughing a lung up. And you won't even hear this explanation as to why I was coughing a lung up. Haha! Take that, magic of it. No, don't take that magic. Take that! People who notice things about inconsistencies in film. Yeah, I guess. So, today's gonna be interesting. Today is what I like to call Mystic Monday. Ooh, how fancy is that? Well, it's pretty fancy. All right, it's pretty fancy indeed. Let me tell you. Let me tell you as much. Now, more cough. See, I can edit that out too. Now, I think it's because there's something in there. You gotta like hack it up. You gotta what is it? Gotta get it out. Get it out of there. Out with the bad air, in with the good. Out with the bad air, in with the good. Ooh, that was almost it. That was almost it. It's right there. It almost... Sorry, too much talk about the phlegm in my throat. Oh God, don't knock that over. So this is a precarious setup. I had to use a couple of different tripods. One for my regular camera and one for my digital camera. So, what is going on? What is going on? The title says it all pretty much. If you want a free tarot reading, call in. You get a tarot reading. That's pretty much it. Very straightforward. Not too much else to add to that. as far as who I am Goose. Hello. Welcome. Call me now for your free reading. And we can see where your intentions are leading you. All right? Now, I'm going to spoil it in the very beginning here. All right? I'm going to spoil the entire reasoning behind all of this. Funny I should say reasoning. I'm going to spoil everything. I'm going to give you all the secrets, all the details, all of the nasty little bits of why we are doing this thing that we are doing today. All right? And I'm happy to give this explanation to anyone who calls in, just so that we don't tread upon the line of deception. It's not what we're going for here. What we're going for here is pure entertainment, but maybe a little bit of edutainment along the way. Let me explain a little bit about what I know about tarot. Why am I picking tarot? Well, if you have any experience within the spiritual... Forgive me. It's funny that I decided to put quotes around something I decided to also say incorrectly. Spiritualism and things like esoteric beliefs, magic, ghosts, goblins, demons, ghouls, all that stuff. Whether you believe that it is real or not, I personally do not, for the record. Whether you personally believe that it is real or not, those concepts come from somewhere. And typically, when humankind was sitting around the fires in the old days, when we were just learning how to make breads and beers, not even leavened breads for that matter, we took it upon ourselves to occupy the time by explaining some of the stuff that we don't know how to explain in the world. And how that usually took its shape was through the art of storytelling. We would come up with all kinds of different yarns and tall tales and whale tales and hoedown, giddy up. I don't know if I'm saying all that correctly, but hoedown and giddy ups. We learned about them all right? And when you saw a meteor shooting across the sky in Mesopotamian times, it would mean something a lot different to you than it would if you saw a meteor shooting across the sky in modern day. Reason being, because now we have all kinds of tools and data and reference to understand what those things are, but back then we had to use whatever our best approximation was to explain things that we just don't know how to explain. So, mysticism, and some people argue religion. I would be one of those people, but I will not inject my personal beliefs into this in the hopes to influence anyone. Really, what I hope to do is provide a bit of a magnifying glass moment into the particular, what I find interesting about tarot. Gosh, okay. All kinds of just mucal membranes activating. So, tarot, if you don't know what it is these cards. It's these cards right here. It's these guys. It's essentially a set of playing cards. I don't know if there are exactly 52, but there are more than a dozen. That I know for sure. And these cards all represent something. People used to do tarot on, you know, whatever they could get their hands on, like small pieces of paper, symbol, like the little rocks that you used to see runes carved on in the Viking days. In modern times, before we had tarot decks, which I hate to break it to you, didn't become famous until after the 1800s. When we had tarot decks, or before we had tarot decks, we were using playing cards, which have been around since like 1700s? 1800s. How long have playing cards been around? I'm gonna look that up real quick. I'll put my linen cloth in my mouth, and you cannot understand a word I am saying. When were playing cards invented? Tang Dynasty, so China, so like way earlier than I thought. Point being that before tarot decks existed, we used we used playing cards, and they all represented different things. The face cards meant different things. Anyway, point being, it's basically I'm giving up the ghost here. I'm giving it all away here by saying this one thing. It's basically a way of channeling what's going on inside your brain into something that your eyes, your ojos, your moist balls, your moist camera balls can interpret and send right back up to your brain and tell you exactly what you might have been thinking. And maybe not exactly, but it might at least steer you into the right direction. So the spoiler here is that the magic that exists in tarot is really more just a focusing. It's more just a will. You're moving the lens to focus the beam of your will into something that's tangible for you to consume, so that you can finally understand what your thoughts are. It's an avenue, it's a platform, it's a middleman. These cards are essentially questions asked by a therapist. Okay, I can way distill that. We're gonna distill that, but the whole point here today is to offer a little bit of entertainment and hopefully backdoor in a little bit of reasonability, a little bit of common sense, a little bit of critical thinking, and perhaps some pattern recognition, so that you, yes, you can have the tools that you need through a fun medium to decide what it is that you really want in life, or what you want out of life, or what you need from life, or what you need from other people. Why are you so crazy right now? She is dashing. She has the zoomies. She is dashing back and forth between the backyard and this front window that is right next to me. And I feel like one of these days she's gonna go right through it. She's sure heavy enough at this point. If you haven't already, please stick around. If you don't plan on calling in, I'm sorry for my lazy eye right now. These are supposed to correct it, and I need to clean them. So I can actually control it. Can anyone else control their lazy eye? It's like the Pennywise. It's like Pennywise. Not a talent, because the more you do it, the more it actually gets stuck that way. So if you like space out a lot, or if you get stoned a lot and you have a lazy eye and you haven't had like the lazy eye correction glasses, and really lazy eye correction, all it is basically taking the worst prescription of your eyes and wearing glasses that tries to slowly bring your better eye into shittiness with your other eye. So they have to balance that so that you don't like have to have glasses in increasing prescriptions for the rest of your life, but also to combat lazy eye. I don't know, maybe there's a new treatment for that, but that's when I was young. I'm sure there's something else now. Pill you can take, or like special glasses you can wear, other than prescription, like the weird ones with like the blackout lenses, or that's from the 50s, so that's before my time even. Anywho, what I'm gonna do here is, which I forgot to do, I'm gonna put call links into the chat, and we will get people coming into the waiting room. Same waiting room I've used on Talk Tuesday, same waiting room, you know, if you've called in before, then it's the same old deal. You enter the waiting room, I will bring you up into the box, and we will talk. This stream actually does not require the psychic power, the magical psychic mysticism that exists around tarot. Does not even require you to use your voice to talk to me, to ask it a question. Just ask a question, and we can go from there. It's better though, you know, just for the VOD, if I have your name, you know, just your name, and type your name and your question into the chat, and I can just do a quick. These readings that I can do will be 3-card readings. If you want a 5-card reading, which is a thing, that's gonna cost a little extra sauce from you. You're gonna have to like and subscribe, not like to the Twitch. like with money or anything, unless you have a Prime that you've just been trying to burn, burning a hole in your pocket or whatever. Feel free to do that, but I am not begging for subbies. If you like and subscribe, I will give you a full 5-card reading. The only reason why I'm hiding it behind that gate is because they're a little more in depth. Like the 5-card readings could take up to an hour. So I only have a few hours to stream, and 3-card readings only take like 2 minutes, 3 minutes, something like that. You ask a simple question, get a 3-card reading. That's it. That's it. You know, and if we get too many people asking, we can maybe hide it behind like channel points or something like that. I will try to not ever charge people to watch anything that I put on here. If I ever get big enough to use like Patreon or something, we'll maybe think of some exclusive content that won't affect any of the stuff here. But until we get to that point, let's just keep things, you know, free and easy, as it were. Give me one more second. Just gotta clean this lens, and then we can get to goings. And I'll do a reading for myself real quick, just to kind of set the tone and show you guys how it works. I will then explain the process, including like all the spoilers. I'm gonna give it all away. Consider me the masked magician. Oh, I'm not wearing a mask. Consider me the unmasked magician. Even though the masked magician, the only reason that he did what he did was so that he could corner whatever was left of the performing magician's world. Little tidbit there for you. Not exactly wholesome, his goals. But if you notice, like, actually a really good way of seeing like how he was doing or why he was doing, or his motives, is if you watch back through all the tricks that he actually dispelled, none of them were modern or by magicians that were still practicing. Most of them were outdated tricks from like Houdini and stuff. Like he did the one with like the bullet, like the bullet with the tube that goes around. You're like, come on, man, that's been debunked for like a bajillion years at this point. Anyway, so I accidentally, I don't know how, but I smudged them up more than they were before I cleaned them. Sometimes it happens. Oh. This sounds like the Unsolved Mysteries theme. Oh, I think that might be free on YouTube. We might be able to like just have that sort of playing in the background. I don't know. I wanted to add more of like a spooky, mysterious vibe to it, but I ended up stepping into horror territory, so not exactly the realm I wanted to get into. I mean, the mysteries of the universe can be spooky sometimes, but it really is nothing outwardly frightening. I'm just gonna dip my head over here for a second. For no reason. And if you join, stick around, because there's still stuff to learn, even if there's not people here asking questions. You may learn something, and if you have a tarot deck yourself, maybe you might be able to try all this stuff at home, okay? You already probably do. Give me a moment. Yeah, like this is almost beat for beat, tone for tone, the Unsolved Mysteries theme. Sorry, I was I'm so bad at that. I can't type and think at the same time. That's so bad. That's like, I gotta learn how to multitask a little better. All right, so let's get it started. That was a sort of a detuned version. I'm gonna hit this tripod constantly, just so you know. Forgive me if that is the case. Okay. What is that? What was that? That was nothing. All right, I fed my goldfish. He's fine, and no longer hungry. All right. So, getting to this, what are we looking at here? I will show you. First, let's get all these back into their non-presentation form. So let me put back the. I want to make sure that I can see if anyone's calling, you know? Because I don't have my alerts. Those noises are always so freaking frustrating, especially if you're in a Discord that is not your own community, and it's like, someone else, like, I don't know, who do I watch? I watch Hutch. I don't really watch anyone live though. I think the last guy I watched live probably Justin on Deconstruction Zone. I mean, I don't know. I think I stream like when people are online most of the time. That is just, it's just begging to be bit. That's what happens when you stick cylindrical objects in my face near my mouth. That's what's gonna happen, all right? Yeah. Unless I like you. Unless you're attractive. You know? Well, if I wasn't married. This line of reasoning is not, I would say, sustainable, so we will not continue it. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get this into a way that I will not destroy it, and I also want it to look good. Fancy that. I guess I could put it on my case. I don't really know how to set this up. I have been agonizing, so I want to do tattoo streams too, which, if you've never seen, this is a guide that a needle goes into. This is the ink and an ink cup that you would use. And yeah, I have a bunch of tattoo stuff up here I would like to use on stream, but I don't know if I can like operate the mouse and click in different windows. So I have to find kind of a way to sort of self-sustain. Because I don't know if you guys noticed, but behind the scenes, like, I'm having to click a lot of different things constantly. I don't have like admins or mods. Sorry, I don't have mods or a stream manager or whatever. So I kind of have to just rely on myself and my hands and my dexterity of digital magic. I don't know. I'm trying to make this sound funny, but it's not. We'll make something sound funny along the way. I bet you that's almost a guarantee. That you can take that one to the bank. Let me tell you. Which bank? I don't know. Some bank. Some bank that I'm not a part of it. Let me also make sure that it's oriented correctly so I don't get motion sickness. All right. So first, let's see if this actually has 52 cards. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76. So it's 80 cards. I did not know that. That's something that I learned about a tarot deck just now. 80 cards in a tarot deck. All right. So, what is tarot? Tarot is a set of cards that you use to glean insight into something. There are a lot of different ways. I gotta use this curtain. Thank you. You gotta give her a couple slaps on the buns so that she knows that you're here and that you support her buns. And her cute face. Why? I'm talking into this like it's the mic. This is also what happens if you shove a cylindrical, oh, hello, there's a voice effect. I'm getting ADHD, man. It affects us all in different ways. It affects you in that you don't get entertaining streaming stuff, and it affects me in that I don't provide entertaining streaming stuff. That's gonna annoy the crap out of me. How can I change this? What can I do to change this? We'll figure it out on the next stream. I'll just deal with it for now. So, tarot is broken up into what you would assume that a regular card deck is broken into. There's like one of swords, one of cups, one of, you know, whatever, sticks and woods and magic and all that kind of stuff. And I think it goes all the way up to 10, perhaps. No, 15 maybe. Let's see. This is also the book that comes with it. Ace. So yeah, it does all the face cards and goes up to ace. So there's 11 cards, or 10, jack, king, queen, ace. So there's 14 cards. Don't know why I had to count that on my fingers. You know what? It's because I'm dumb. I'll put it all right out there right now. I do this. I wear my heart on my sleeve. So we'll call it that right now. I'm stupid. I'm real dumb sometimes. Most of the time, actually. So here's how we'll set this up. I'll probably do something like this. Why is the camera zoomed in? No? Weird. It seems zoomed in. My hands feel massive on the screen right now. Feel massive? Okay. Sure. So these all come with books on how to use them. I wouldn't say that. Okay, so think about books, or think about like an Amazon book where anyone can kind of like self-publish things, and you don't necessarily have to be like an esteemed writer to be a best-selling author on Amazon. It's kind of like anyone and their mama can just like self-publish a book and then get on to like the biggest lists, and that's, you know, why you see a lot of like political books on the bestsellers lists, and why you see a lot of like anti-vax books and stuff like that. Sorry, my mic's gonna go wild here for a second. Oh, sorry for any headphones users. Oh, sorry, that probably didn't sound good. I'm trying to move this into a place where I can actually talk into it. If you heard any of that, just trying to move the mic closer and still out of view. There we go. All right, let me know if you can't hear me for whatever reason. My goal is to be audible but not grating or breaking your eardrums in any way, shape, or form. All right, so feel free to ask a question. This is the shit being of which history began to beg the question of numerological phenomenon and how it reinforces the Uradiala complex within the hypercortical neuromethical. I don't think those are words. Are they? I'm into it if they are, but I don't think they are. That's my guess. Indubitably. 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 All right, so I know I keep getting distracted. I'm very sorry. I'm trying to get people from the communities that I'm a part of to see if they want to ask any questions for the tarot. Call me now for your free reading. The cards don't lie. See, I'm dressed in. Okay, if you remember Miss Cleo, she's from Jamaica. I be from Jamaica, man. I don't know if I can do that very well. And so the only thing that I can do in terms of the Caribbean is wear tropical themed stuff. So, you know, I'm limited, but call me Mr. Cleo if you'd like. You know, the cards don't lie. They don't. They don't lie, because cards cannot think and therefore cannot have an intention. That actually kind of dovetails with sort of the metaphysical aspect of all of this. You have the intention, and it even says on this, it says on the tin here, if I can, hello? Come on, baby. Come on, daddy. Come on, daddy, get it. Come on, daddy, baby, get it. Daddy, baby, get it. Daddy, baby. Nope, okay, well, it says, awaken the questions, you are the answer. Sorry about that. I apologize to a tripod just now. The thing about you being the answer is that you're the one with the intent. You're the one who interprets, you know, what these mean. And any good tarot psychic? Any good tarot reader? What do you call, I don't know, any tarotist? That sounded a lot like terrorist. Terrorist, like I said, with a Jewish accent, I think, or Israeli accent. And it even says here also, you are the voice and the, oh my god, the breath, it doesn't want to focus, and the breath of universes. It's all about self, and I think that is a good sort of message all around, even though there are a lot of people and a lot of, like, you know, prominent names, prominent groups, organizations, etc., 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 who would take advantage of that and who would try to bilk you out of all your hard-earned money and not really give you much insight or peace of mind in return. So I'm here to kind of show a little bit about what's behind the scenes. That's kind of my overall goal here. Tarot is typically pretty, it's eye-catching, it is glamorous, it is performative, and that's sort of why it's appealing. There's a lot of unknowns and a lot of mysticism and a lot of stuff we can't explain about it. And I think if you know why tarot works, how tarot works, why it works, and when and why tarot doesn't work, then perhaps you may be interested in buying your own deck and giving it a try. But don't start believing in magic. It's an easy rabbit hole to fall into, and I think that it's one thing to understand the performative and satirical snake oil salesman nature of all of this stuff, but it's another to fall into it, and it's another to start believing something better or something else in absence of that, in absentia, if you will. So take everything that you hear me interpret from this as really just my opinion. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lay a card on the table, and I'm going to find its entry in the book here, and I'm going to give you what the people who wrote this say, and then I'll give you what my opinion is, and we'll see if any of that matches or jibes, and yeah, we'll go from there. We'll do the first one. The question that I'm going to ask my tarot deck, and you should think about what it can be something that's as broad as Will I ever find love? Will I ever be happy, at my job? Will I ever, they can be very broad, or you can target them, which I would say you should get pretty specific. I'm thematic. You should get pretty specific with it. Get as specific as you can, and try to lay out the details like you would in a scenario, like a thought experiment kind of question. So think about something like, if I was, oh my god, I can't even see it when you're put on the spot. It's hard to think of one right off the top of your head. Will I have a positive, and no, it's gotta be more, it's gotta be really specific. So not even really specific. Spot. I'm in the hot seat. Heart of the cards. Heart of the cards. I gotta trust in the deck. What is it? Trust in your deck? What's the Yu-Gi-Oh thing? Will I have a good time at the next event that I plan to attend, which I believe is OrderCon in Puyallup. Pretty sure. So I've asked my question. My mind is now focused, and you want to be 100% engaged with the question that you have. I truly am curious about whether or not I'll have a good time. If you've read The Secret, which, if you've read The Secret and you believe it, or you trust it or whatever, you need to get fudge out of here. I'm kidding. Manifest yourself some legs and walk the hell out the door. Also kidding. I'm kidding. All are welcome here. The self-help book, The Secret, is really about focusing your will. And that's the whole spoiler to all this, is that really it's just, you're supposed to focus your will. That's all you're doing. You are trying to take something that you are unsure of the answer to, and you are putting it in a form or a body that you can look at and you wrap your head around, and you can be like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And even if it takes someone telling you, what you're doing is you're making it easier to digest. You know that reptile brain that we have, that's sort of like a evolutionary hand-me-down from the caveman days, that tells us to run or to feel unsafe when we feel eyes on us, or to escape danger and survive rather than flee, or rather than fight. That is our like internal CPU. That's our processing unit, where we take all the things that we don't understand and we squeeze them and we juice all the little nuggets of knowledge out of that, and then we digest it in a different form. And it could be hairs raising on the back of your neck. It could be sweaty palms when you're in an uncomfortable situation. Those are the sort of like tells of your hippocampus. Oh, now I forgot the part of the brain that is the lizard brain. That's the part of your lizard brain that is activating. And when we do something like this, or when we manifest our will, like The Secret, when we do a great example of this is when you do the dream boards or ambition boards, whatever the fuck those things are called. Sorry for swearing, YouTube. They are you're putting an intent into a tangible form, if that makes any sense. We'll start. Okay, will I have a good time at the next event that I attend? All right. Oh, sorry for hitting the mic. Apologies. When you do tarot, you want to give it a good shuffle, and it again, none of this is important. I don't really know how to rationalize this in a way that's easy for people to understand, but things both are and are not. They are yes at the same time as they are no. They are infinite at the same time that they are restricted or limited or whatever. For things like this, conceptually, when you're trying to put your brain into like focus mode or analytical mode or things like that, everything is true and nothing is true. Man, yeah, I really don't know how to say that in a way that's easier to understand. None of what I'm doing matters in terms of the tarot. Everything I'm doing matters in terms of the stuff that's going on in my brain. What that means more specifically is that when I ask a question of whatever, if I'm praying and I ask a question of God, or if I am at a psychic and I ask them to look into their crystal ball to figure something out, or if I am whatever, otherwise engaged, what I'm actually doing is I am putting that at the forefront of my mind. So if my dog passed recently, 3-4 months ago, and I think we're coming up on 6 months now. And so if I was to, be doing the laundry, my mind would be on my dog because it's in the forefront of my mind. I would start grieving, I would start crying, I would start not being able to function because I'd be a blubbery mess. When you think about something, when you focus on it, then your brain, your gears start turning in a way that is upfront and recognizable, as opposed to in a way that's invisible that we don't know. Like, let's say breathing, for example. That's just sort of inherent. We don't tell ourselves to do that. We do that automatically. And when you ask a specific question, you're instead you're going like, hey, here's the front part of my brain. I'm like awake and ready to go. Hey, I'm nice to meet you. Hello, I'm ready to answer any question you got. You're waking it up and you're saying, now it's time to work. So you're just pulling a trigger. That's all. Well, oof. When we're talking about brain matter and triggers, sorry. You're flipping on a light switch. You're saying, activate brain. And so what I'm doing now is my brain, without me even realizing it, is now focused on what we're going to be doing at the event, the people that we're going to see, the stuff we're going to partake in, the food we're going to eat, the stuff we're going to drink, like all that stuff. That's what my brain is now processing. The only thing I said was a question that I had. Clearly, my subconscious was already mulling it over. It was something that was on my mind. So already the game is lost. Already mysticism loses. My brain is the only thing that is creating this environment or engaging with any of this right now. None of this is real, meaning there is no magic, meaning there is no outside of science, no esoteric nature to it. It's just my brain. I am interpreting it, I am looking at it, and I am seeing it, but none of this is real. The pictures don't mean anything, the text doesn't mean anything, it all comes from my brain. So the question was, will I have a good time at the event that I attend next month, I believe? And again, the method, I'll hide the card for now. The method that you draw the card, just like shuffling it, just like talking about it, just like reading it and interpreting it, it doesn't matter overall. All I did was I took the next step in my reasoning process. That's all I've done. Okay? So the card that I drew was the star. And orientation does matter in tarot. So if it was upside down, then it would mean the inverse of whatever it means. Again, none of this actually matters. Just keep that in your mind the entire time, because you will get sucked in. It can be awe-inspiring. It can be moving. It can be emotional if you believe it to be. But at the end of the day, you must know thyself before you enter any kind of ideological or dogmatic system. Okay? Know your limits, know what you can handle, and know what you'll get sucked in by. I'm gonna turn the music down. You guys gotta tell me if it's like super loud, and I just looked at the monitor and it is like dominating the stream right now. If you're just joining, please feel free to ask any questions. We can queue them up and call in if you want. I forgot to put that into the chat, so I'll do that right now. Feel free to look at the artwork. I wish I could put this, I can probably zoom it in, right? The artwork is really good. I'll put it on its side for you. Sorry, it's not vertical oriented. But look at that. That's like some cool ass shit. That's the whole reason I got this deck, is because it just looks so cool. All right, let me put the link in the dink. The linkety and the dinkety. So, yeah, feel free to join in Discord, ask a question in chat. I'm all about it. We will, as soon as I'm done showing the process, then we will handle questions. Call in now! I yelled it in all caps. Discord, call in now! All right. Like, I see this as being a very fun, even if not informative time. So please feel free to call in, feel free to ask a question, feel free to engage, say what's up, and stay tuned just in case somebody else decides to join in, because that will be fun. Zoom out. All right. So the star. Good Apollo, I am burning star 5. If you got that reference, you get about 1 million internet points. So just to show you some of this stuff. Got contents, it's got the signatures of the people that did it. They encourage you to do it daily. You got major minor arcana, talks about them, talks about the pips, talks about quick draw, 3 card spread, 5 card spread, blah blah blah. And I will hammer home until the cows come home. I'll hammer it home until the cows come home that this is not real. I mean, it is real. Cards are real. All this stuff is real. But it all means nothing. It means whatever you want it to mean. So let's go. The star is X. I'm so bad with Roman numerals. It is or the star. All right. So, just like horoscopes, these interpretations can mean almost anything you want them to. It says very broad things about very broad subjects, and it doesn't really hone in on anything specific. So don't trust it as gospel. As I said before, we're going to read what they say about it, and then I'm going to say how I interpret it, right? Okay. Well, you won't be able to follow along with me because that is tiny and very faint. It doesn't want to focus. All right, well, I'll just read it. Follow along with me or look at the pretty picture, I guess. All right. The star invites you to rest and heal. She is a glimmer of hope, a light in the darkness, a compass to right your course, an assistance when you most need it. She is a glowing reminder from the universe that everything is in order and occurs in its own time. You are entering a stage of calm, so use it wisely to identify and commit to what's important. With the star as a card of possibilities and potential futures, she will guide even when you falter, but you must keep your eye on her light. Meaning, a time of healing, hope, unexpected guidance, reconciliation between the past and the present, a very promising potential, the need for persistent focus. I thought that said foods, and I was like, If it were inversed, then the interpretation would be self-pity, a setback, imbalance, apathy, despair, excessive pride. Now, I don't know if we covered the entire range of emotions, but we certainly covered contentment in the very least. Now, again, it's very easy to just say, yeah, that's really accurate. That sounds exactly like the answer to the question that you were asking. But I can flip to any random page in here and I can say, okay, will I have a good time at my the event that I'm going to? The Page of Swords. Ooh, what about that one? Okay. Bold curiosity. Let me read this one. The Page of Swords is one of those youths who's almost too smart for his own good. Some whisper the word prodigy, like a blur of information. He wants to know everything now. Others, less insightful than him, would be annoying, but he learns quickly and shares it all, logically, thoughtfully, and freshly. Though he is just beginning to find his own truth in the world, His vision is dead on. He's got something to say, and he's ready to say it. Full of insight and confidence. Meaning, a mental risk taker, curiosity, strong insight, skill at uncovering what's concealed, greater confidence, intellectual innovation, important and unexpected news. That sounds pretty darn close to the other thing we read, doesn't it? So, again, these are all basically horoscopes. If you look at these, you can interpret them in a lot of different ways. They can be positive, they can be negative, they can be adhering or completely disparate from what you have asked of the deck. If you choose to pursue it further from that disparation, then you're just going to fall down the rabbit hole believing whatever you see next on the list, because they've already got you. They've said like, okay, well, you failed to interpret this, and now you're reaching and saying, well, there must still be some magic there. It's a wrong approach. The best way to do this is to take a look at it. I'm going to take a look at the star once again. I usually never get my major arcana. That's pretty. I like. These are all sort of like lithograph style. Oh, I turned. It has. Autofocus is off. That's probably why. That would be why. It's all like lithographic style. Really good, like the old Star Wars conception art. Pretty cool. You guys like horror movies or John Carpenter shit, like all that kind of stuff? Then HorrorCon in Puyallup is going on in, I believe, a month. October something. It's Elvira's horror movie oriented convention, and she will be there along with a bunch of her friends. It's usually like people from the 80s, 90s, all kinds of stuff. Really cool. Tickets are pretty expensive, but I mean, any con is kind of expensive right now, especially for what you get. Woo, you would not believe the gripes I had with Comic-Con this weekend. Oh my god. Third parties, man. On the channel on YouTube, if you've ever watched any of my previous videos, I have one that is about 45 minutes long about how third parties, sales companies are really evil. It deserves an update because, you learn new information all the time. And I think that third parties are even more evil now than they have been in recent memory. So, it's unfortunate. It's pretty crazy. But I don't know where I was going with that. Man, Comic-Con, it was good, but the third party involvement sucked a lot. It sucked a lot. And I wish it didn't suck a lot, because I love Comic-Con. You know what? I think this is actually ultimately closer than it is over here. So we'll go back to it right here. That's fine. My nose is about the itchiest nose in the world right now. Someone with fiberglass insulation that went up there is not having an itchier nose than I am right now. So, if it isn't clear, the star appears to be a all status quo. The home front is clear. Anything that I'm feeling now is probably going to be what I'm feeling there, which is just contentment, just kind of like I'm okay with things. There is maybe a chance of an undiscovered mystery or something, but I think that's pretty true for most people most of the time. So yeah, that's a single card pull, and it gets a little deeper and into more like cold reading and sort of like performative psychic stuff when you do a reading for another person that is more than just one card, single card pull. Because then you're actually like gathering information, and you're trying to do more of like an insight-based interpretation, especially when you're doing it for someone else. All right, so if you're just joining, we're doing tarot today. It's Mystic Monday. We are doing just some sample readings right now, but feel free to call in on the link in the chats on both YouTube and Twitch for. You'll go into the waiting room, and I will then pull you in, and we can voice chat. You don't need to, though. This is all possible through just the chat window alone. You can just ask a question, any question you'd like, as long as it doesn't get me banned. And I can do a little 3-card, single card pull whichever you'd like. Probably best for voice chat if we do a 3-card pull, because I need to know details. So if that sounds like fun, and if you're into just the novelty of it, then let's do it. Let's do it. Practice a little bit of cold reading, and we can do a little fun, just for funsies, little psychic reading on you. People often charge $35-40 for this kind of stuff, so I would encourage you to take the opportunity. Because if you ever see someone like at a fair and you're a particularly confrontational human being, then you might have some shit to talk. You might have some ammo in your pocket for when you see people trying to scam people out of those hard-earned dollars. You know, wouldn't hurt. So join now if you want to learn how to spot some scams, some tarot card scams. I'll do another single card pull. All right, here's the question. I'll pull the card before I ask the question to show you that it is not me, it is not the magic, it is not cards that is doing this. All right? Now the question that I'm going to ask is, will my health remain stable until the next event, until the horror event that we're going to? I might as well keep it thematic, right? Here's the card. Strength. All right? Let's see what we got. Strength. I remember that being a line from the orc NPCs in major cities in WoW. All right, so will my health remain stable? And I just came up with that right after pulling the card. All humans have both peaceful and fiery energies as part of their design. Left to their own nature, the fiercer qualities can get away from us, creating imbalance in our lives. The Strength card shows a woman caressing a lion, her savage side. She is not interested in ridding herself of it, but rather in turning its gaze, gently, and with generosity towards useful partnership. Combined with her peaceful energies and mastered by her courage and inner strength, the fiery energies come to her assistance, fueling and propelling her objectives to unexpected heights. Does that have anything to do with health? It could. It just maybe could. Possibly. It might. Who knows? Meanings. Power through honoring all facets of the self, courage and self-discipline, respect, harnessing energy, transcendence, determination. So again, and just to provide another control here, I'll flip it to just a random entry. And then I'll burn a couple pages, then I'll burn a couple more pages, and then I'll burn some more pages and flip, and we got the Ace of Swords. As the root of the swords, the ace brings a great deal of raw power and energy. A sword cuts through the web of scaffolding, holds up the cloudy pieces of our identity, perceptions, conversations, facts, dreams, and ideas. When the Ace of Sword appears in the reading, it means that a rare opportunity for clarity is near. It will cut through these subjective realities, revealing a truth, an insight, or new approach for which you have been waiting. Pay close attention to your words and thoughts. Knowledge does give you power, but without a little reflection, it can quickly turn to delusion. Meaning, mental clarity, a great force at work, a fresh approach, strength. Long-term success, determination, ambition. So, does that have anything to do with health? Yeah, you could associate either of those entries with health. One, it's going to be good if you engage with your savage side. Now, does that mean, if I am aggressive about getting healthy, that I will do so? Just like a normal person would if they balance their diet and exercise, all that kind of stuff. So, and then the other one is more of a determination call to action. So again, am I determined? Am I powerful? What is it? What exactly is it? It's nothing and all that all at once. There you go. That's the strength card. That's the second question we asked. Now, if so, we still no one wants to have a tarot reading. Isn't that strange? You know, I would have thought that that would be a thing. I don't know. No one's asking any questions. It would be nice if we could get somebody to ask some questions. Any question will do. Spooky. Spooky. And if we don't get anyone, I mean, even just in chat, honestly, just a question in chat. Just ask any question, and I think I'll be able to answer. Like, legitly. Bruh. Like, legitly, bruh. And actually, I think that provides enough space, doesn't it? Kind of. I don't know. Does that provide enough space? Does it? Or does it not? Yeah, I guess. Sure. Kinda, yeah. That'll work. Okay, cool. Yeah, we can do it like that. Boop. And some people like will burn cards. Some people will, you know, do the shuffle thing where they actually that's what I did. I think when I started this, when I first started the stream today, did a little one of those. Little. You kind of have to separate these. Separate these. They got gold or silver. What's that called? Gilding. Gilding is a horse. Right? Or is that a gemling? Your guess is as good as mine. Big blinds on the little guy. Deuces are wild. You get that cigar out of your mouth, sir, where this is a no-smoking establishment. Yeah. That's right, you son of a bitch. That's right. You'll never get it out of me. What? Get what out of me? I don't know. I don't know. You know, I can probably do something like this old thing. Shaboom. Yeah, because then I can actually sit at my computer like a real person who uses their computer for actual tasks. Turn! 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 In every day, turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. Yeah, you know, that'll work. Whoop. Let me see. That should. I think that's fine. Will it focus if I? I think I can actually get it to focus or not focus. Ah, oh god, no. Go back. Go back. Oh, auto exposure. Okay. Go back to something else. Help. How do I? What does that say? Dim? Oh, dim screen. White balance is fine. Autofocus. All right, I think I got it. Hey, you can see the text. Yay! All right, perfect. See, now we're really dialing it in. You know, we're getting professional with it. Okay, we weren't very professional to begin with. Nor should you be. Nor should you be. All right. Beautiful. So while we're waiting for people to get off their butts and use the call-in link, get off your butt. Get off that butt. You get off of your butt now. And you do your tarot reading. You do your free tarot reading and you get off your butt. All right? Get off that butt. We're going to find a fun video to react to. I know that I'm like stopping and starting with my speech, and that's because I'm doing multiple things at once, and that's, you know, difficult for me to do because I am not entirely focused type of person. Because of that old added. So what exactly would it be if you were trying to look for like a real, like someone claiming to have caught a real ghost on camera? What do you suppose you'd be looking at? Or looking for? Like real ghost? Or real Ghostbusters? Get it? Real Ghostbusters. Joke, I guess. Wasn't really a joke, I guess. Not a joke that anyone would like. No sir, no sirree, Bob. But my pigeon? Oh, you can't see what I'm looking at. All right. That's fine. That's good. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I could do that. Yeah. That looks good, yeah. Call me now for your free reading. Slightly offensive. Slightly offensive. You know. Let's see. What's a good one? What's a good one? What's a good one? Ghosts. Is that a real ghost? Would you put maybe evidence of ghosts? And I don't want it to be a short I was gonna say we'll restrict the I don't know. It is like I want to find someone's like raw video. That would probably be too hard to find, right? Right? I guess we could sort by date. Do ghosts really exist? We wanted to hunt ghosts, so we did. Interesting channel name. But that's supposed to be your evidence. Haunted daycare. It's looking pretty spooky. So let's just establish something real quick. Most municipal buildings that we attend in the daytime are gonna look pretty creepy at night. It's just sort of like that weird disjointed quality that we don't recognize something that we see every day. And a part of the whole entertainment part of all this is disguising things to look like they're more raw and more grounded than they actually are. I bet you anything. So going in the complete darkness is not something that anybody ever has to do. If you're doing an empirical study on whether or not there are spirits, you don't need to go study it in the dark. That's not a thing that has ever been true. Like, you can study metaphysical things in like real conditions that you don't need to like tailor to a specific setting. The point is that there's just as many accounts of paranormal activity happening in the daytime as there are in the nighttime. So it would be silly for someone to think that they have to facilitate ghosts by making it completely pitch dark. It really is just for entertainment purposes. That's all it is. Their whole thing is for entertainment purposes. Like that, it may not be a cash grab, but it certainly is a clout grab. And people do these things to get subscribers and views, and I can't fault them for that. So I wouldn't. But it's not. My point is that it's not real, or that that's evidence that it's not real. If they're going to do it like this, what makes you think they're going to be truthful about anything else they do?
So we have a lot of activity that's been reported to us, such as full body apparitions, shadows, voices, knocks, bangs, music being played, and so that everybody's aware, because
So, coupled with a lot of stories, there has to be a lot of background. Otherwise, you would have no reason to believe any of it, or you'd have no incentive to believe it. There's no payoff. There's no, oh, well, I hope it worked out okay, to be going through your mind.
are so desperate to capture sounds, we've decided to take our shoes off.
If you're just joining, this is not a ghost channel. We are doing free tarot readings. If you would like to just have a for funsies tarot reading, you can either call the link for the Discord in the chats, or you can ask a question here in chat, and I will do my best to do a one-card pull interpretation for you. And we'll go from there. I can also do 5-card readings, but that will require a bit of a time investment, so I will ask that the criteria for a 5-card reading is liking and subscribing on the channel and following me over on Twitch. But that's doable. It's just, it provides a little bit of a hurdle for people who would otherwise not put at the right amount of effort.
Things getting moved. Everyone's uncomfortable. Toddlers pointing to the ceiling and saying, "Man, man."
So, I don't think that I need to surprise anyone with kids with my not having kids knowledge that kids do stupid shit sometimes. And one of those things can be pointing at the ceiling going, "Man, man." Especially if they see a positive response, meaning the teacher coming over and going, "Oh, what's going on, honey, yada, yada, yada." Then other kids might follow suit as well. It's the monkey see, monkey do, which happens from 3 to 5, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've got kids, let me know if I am wrong on that. Quack. I just wanted to do that. I
love that part. Ready, Mr. Rick?
Right. See, letting the production mask slip a little bit. I don't know that he necessarily has a production mask, but it's that the salacious quality of the story that attracted him to this in the first place. So he's telling the truth here. Oh, that's such a cool story, you know?
So, yep. We've had reports of a lady walking along the balcony here. So,
This setup can kind of be forgiven, considering the fact that any production-based ghost hunting show typically uses the same tactics, like setting up a camera and having a wide shot, but it does still feel produced, you know, in a way. It feels like, why do you need a wide shot if you're like trying to make it seem like you're rolling on hand cams?
a lot of activity throughout this whole place.
Like what? Just regular activity, like, or stories that you heard?
The child care center is definitely. That's where we're going first.
Why? Was there a massacre here or something? Like, was there a massacre at this place? Did a bunch of kids get murdered? Like, they're just picking it because it's a creepy place at night. That's all.
I can't believe you convinced me to do this.
To enter a preschool at night. If anything, you're gonna get arrested as a potential sex offender. I mean, that's like the only risk you really run. Is someone thinking you're there for the wrong reasons.
Doesn't look that good. This is our first time doing a ghost hunt. We're looking at upgrading our equipment as soon as possible.
Once they get that bag from all the clout they get and selling the account or whatever. Methinks someone typed, "How do I get rich quick?" into ChatGPT a few times. If you catch my drift. I actually just spelled it out really clearly. I'll try to be more cryptic next time. But how would you plan to upgrade your equipment if you weren't planning on, like, trying to make money with this channel? Like, that's not a thing that connects unless you're
Now we're going to our second
telling the truth.
cam setup.
All right, so good on him. He told that part. See, then you're believing ahead of time that there's something evil in there. We know there's something evil in there. We're just not going to go near it. We're going to pretend that it doesn't exist. If you're just joining, we are doing free tarot readings. Free tarot readings. I don't know how else to frickin' say it. Free frickin' tarot readings. Who wants to turn down a frickin' tarot reading? This shit's fun. And stupid. Let me put...
There's been reports of someone moving a
Let
chair
me
to
put
the center of this
another
repeatedly.
Twitter Twitter blast out there. Blast. Twitter blast. I'm gonna blast it.
It's recording.
So don't say anything stupid. Live now. Free. Get in here and get a tarot reading, you cowards. Free, no strings, not selling anything, yada yada.
You want to sit down? Sure.
Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? A hashtag of some sort. Christian. I'll put Christian hashtag. Jesus. This might piss people off enough to get them in here, you know? I cannot type. Jesus! It's funny, I saw a Jesus with an Infinity Gauntlet this weekend.
I was feeling extremely nervous in this room.
And that was pretty cool. That was
You know.
pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Gotta say, gotta say, gotta say.
How do I start this? I mean, we just talked to it. So like.
And Satan!
Hello? Like, we know you.
What was
like
that
to
trending?
Move stuff.
So I don't know what that is, or else I
Mess
would
with stuff.
hijack the hashtag. We'll leave it at that. That's fine.
We'd like to communicate with you.
So we'll piss off the Christians.
Anyone in this room with us?
Like, oh, I don't, what? Hey, you can't say that with the Christian.
If you're in this room with us,
How do I pay ho?
move something, touch something.
And then what happens? And then what manufactured event happens?
There's a green light on the floor, and when you touch it, it will change color. Can you try to change that color for me?
So, I mean, that is something that either you can manipulate. Literally anyone on the staff can just be like, oh, okay, I'll open the app on my phone, change the color of the light. And there you have your result. Or turn off the light actually is you know, another one. You just have someone out in the garage and you ask the spirit to turn off the breaker or turn off the light, and they just flip the breaker off. I mean, it ain't hard to manufacture ghostly happenings. And what is the point here? Is there, I mean, other than like stories, are there news reports of goings on? I don't think they said any of that.
Is a classroom that has a lot of activity to it.
Why?
Including, we've heard toys being played with, things getting
Okay,
moved.
what's the, is there a dead person there?
Because we are so desperate to capture sounds, we've decided to take our shoes off.
See what I mean? Like,
With no shoes on.
they're trying to facilitate finding a ghost. They're trying to force a ghost sighting. And like, why? And are they playing scary music? No. For a second, I thought it was them and not the music I was listening to. Guys, join! Come on, guys! Take a free tarot reading. You know you want a free tarot. Call me now for your free reading. The cards don't lie.
Anyone want to let us know they're here?
I be from Jamaica.
Here, let's walk around.
Bet you didn't know that.
I don't understand.
I'm not actually from Jamaica. That's a bold-faced lie. I don't know why these are so hard to shuffle. They don't like to shuffle these cards. You know, maybe this is a testament to how many people actually know that tarot's bull, you know? More power to you. But I would at least like a chance to ridicule the hoodoo believers with you. So join the stream, and you know, maybe we'll get someone. Maybe we'll get someone to join who you know, who believes in all that woo-woo stuff, and that'll be that. We'll do a reading. Call me now for your free reading. That's better,
This used to be where the bowling alley was.
right?
This used to be a bowling alley back when it was created in 1950.
Oh, did it? Was it? Uh-huh. How many people died in the bowling alley? A lot of people died in the bowling alley? Oh, no more on that? Okay. No substantiation or anything. Okay, all right. Oh, it's cool. I guess I didn't expect anything, you know. So, expectations met. You guys want to see a dead body?
Someone's here with us. Can you make a sound?
You kids want to see a dead body? Oh yeah.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Something.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know you're here.
Mm-hmm. 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 Right, throw a pebble.
You all heard that, right?
So their friend in the other room decided to do a little knock.
We're underneath the gymnasium right now.
The other thing I think is really funny is that you can be in a room anywhere and you can have like just a person, and like you may be reacting completely normally and organically 100% and like scared and shit, but
I mean, yeah, but
you could also just tell your friend like, okay, so here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna be the ghost and you're gonna make sure that
you want to split up at all?
we don't suspect that you're the ghost, and you're not going to tell us, like, we're not going to have any pre-warning or anything before you do a ghost thing. So go ahead and do your thing, do your ghost thing, and you know, we'll go and start exploring. That's it. That's all you got to do. They can then just come up with any idea, any old idea. They can you know, really just go to town on frightening the pants off you. You've given them the license to do so. We got 3 viewers in here. No one has a question.
So this baby room.
I am unappreciative.
Activity of toys being played with.
You get it? Because that means that like I'm both unappreciative and I don't appreciate it.
Gaining the toys.
Get it? Get it? And they're ready to be scared. Like that's their whole, they want to be terrified. Just pulled this one. Ooh, the devil. Ooh. Beelzebub. Beelzebub. The cards don't lie.
Can you give us a sign?
If I draw a card 3 times in a row, I'll start believing in this shit is magic. Like,
Only
for real, for real.
2 minutes. We probably should have given more time to that other room. Yeah, we have a whole night here.
Oh, do they? Nah, they're gonna leave after a couple hours. I think they keep slipping up. Saying like, oh man, you know, we got more than a few hours. We could just like chill. You don't have to like move so fast to the rooms. Make a knock. Can you make to fuck?
Light right here. If you touch it, it will change color and let us know that you're here.
Oh, it changed color. Are they gonna abide by the magic rule of 3s?
You can make a noise, you can bang.
She bangs, she bangs. Oh baby, when she moves, that baby better burn like a flower, she keep like a chica, taco, 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 taco.
Do you want to touch any of the toys?
And they think it's a kid? Is that, they think it's a child?
Let us know you're here. Do you like the babies? Are they cute? Do they remind you of someone?
Why are you talking to the ghost like that? Maybe they haven't manifested because they don't like the way you're
Why you
talking to
like play
them.
with
I'm not a fan of what's happening in this, guys.
If you can let us know you're here, we would appreciate it.
The 5 of Wands. I'm really tired.
Heard noises from there.
Comic-Con took a lot out of me.
We'll come back.
We were up and about for like 3 days straight, just
Let's go to this room.
doing event stuff. Woo. You also don't have to call in to ask a question, just ask any question at all, as long as it's in the TOS. And I I got these tarot cards. I would like to make them work.
Do that again.
But you know, people gotta ask, people gotta call in, they gotta ask, or in chat they gotta ask. You know, you guys gotta ask questions.
It was way louder than that. Was that you? Can you do that one more time?
Could have been me going up the steps.
You were just right there. It could have been, but it definitely sounded like it was from this room.
Okay.
Right?
Yep. Anything to put the focus back onto. No, it was a ghost.
Was that
No,
you?
that's a ghost. I bet you think it's not, but it is.
Well, that's okay.
The Hierophant.
Just want to know that you're here.
Do people call you Man? That's what the kids call him.
Okay, we'll come back. Like that.
I love how the music kind of matches the tone, like as if they were like scammers, like they really sucked at editing videos. And like this is what they come up with, or this is what they end up with. Hello, if you're just joining. Hello and hello. Hi and hello again, you know. Please feel free to ask any question for the tarot deck. Also, feel free to like and subscribe, and join me tomorrow when we take on Talk Tuesday. Talk Tuesday is all about highlighting community members and their special talents. If you've got a song or a story, or if you have an interesting job or a great hobby that you want to share, then feel free to join tomorrow, and you can be the guest on a podcast, the first ever of its kind, ever in a million years. The one that I personally invented it ever. It's called a like a wholesome call-in podcast show. All right. Two of Cups. I will carry thine cups. I wish I had barbecue. Like a bunch of it. Just a big old plate of big slabs of barbecue meats. Woo! And I bet you anything, these guys are like, ooh, like banging on stuff, you know, trying to make it sound all like scary and Halloweeny. Halloweeny. Also, if you want to do a 5-card draw, I can do a 5-card draw. If you just want to ask a question in the chat, you can do that as well. Otherwise, you can join the Discord. You can call in. You can join the waiting room, and you can ask a question in voice. If you do a 3-card draw, I would recommend to call in on the voice Discord, so that way I can get to know a little bit about you. But yeah, we're doing free tarot readings, no strings, no catches. This is really just to show people how to avoid scams and to kind of demonstrate how little magic there is in this kind of stuff. So if you like that kind of thing, if you like you know, stuff like scam watches, then this would be a good platform for you, or a good platform for you to hang out on.
Can you do that again?
So please stick around, enjoy your time here, and if you like what you see, like and subscribe. Gosh darn it.
Okay.
And if you got that Prime
Can you try
membership
something here?
burning a hole in your pocket, I did just get affiliate,
If
so
you're doing that,
you know,
can
sit
you do
it
one
up.
knock for yes, 2 knocks for no?
Oh, 1 knock for yes, 2 knocks for no. So we did ghost hunting, episode 1. And if you have a question that you'd like just to ask in chat, I can do a single card pull. That would be a little fun little break from this super eventful ghost hunting video. Do you think they get scared out of there? Do you think that's what they wrote this to end like? Do you think that's the finale?
You that did the knocking?
Bing, 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 bing. King of coins. Well, it was inverted. So, anywho, if you've got something that you're wondering about your life, then feel free to ask the tarot deck.
That sounded like a tap on the
I
chair.
can't give you the answer. Only the tarot deck can. And you'll find out why that's kind of funny after the reading. It's free reading, and I know that when a lot of people say free, oh wait, was this, hang on.
Can you do that again?
Was there a figure in the dark? Call me now for your free reading. The cards don't lie. I think is not the accent. Oh no, that's a shadow. But you see how pareidolia can do that? It's a thing. I thought this was a figure. The camera stays on it for a bit. But it doesn't, it's not actually a figure. That's just, there was a cabinet. If you look, when you first moved over it, you can see it looks like a figure at first, and then he shows that it's a cabinet, and then it looks like a figure after that. But see, they're just hearing things in the dark, and they're like, see, so that was a chair. Okay, that's a chair. And now if you just kind of try and forget that it's a chair, it does look like a figure is like leaning out the door frame. So yeah, I mean, I'm down. I thought, you know, I really thought that this was I thought this would be the vibe. You know, I thought that there were enough people who
So that was 2 knocks,
wanted to like get in on it. You know, it's tarot, frickin' Christ. You know, there's like there's one of these at every carnival. Huh? Don't you want to know your future?
Would you like to talk to us?
Like, did you know that I was gonna use the word future to shorten future?
I heard that.
Yeah, that's right. You had to endure that because you didn't know it. If you did, you would have been able to spot that, and you could have closed your ears when I said something as stupid as that. Yeah, that's right. That's right. But no. Directionless. Hey, that's one of my favorite bands. I don't know if that shows. It might be mirrored. Is that mirrored?
Are you upstairs?
Nope. And if you're just joining and you don't see anyone asking a question, why don't you step in and ask a question? You don't even have to call. Just ask something in chat. I'll do it. I'll straight up do it.
Do you mind
I'll do a
if we
one
go
card
into the
pull.
gym?
Any question right now. One card pull. Any question. Any
Do
question.
you mind? Okay. That was 2? I heard 1.
Why are tacos so good?
Oh.
Inverted 4 of
Okay,
swords.
thank you
Why are
for
tacos so good?
clarifying.
Why are they so good? Let's talk. Let's look at what the thing says. 4 of swords.
Do you want us to go in there?
And it was inverted. An increase in stress, harmful persistence, busyness, and activity. That means I'm not gonna get my tacos anytime
Go
soon.
in there?
And I have to anticipate that. There's no tacos in the cards for me.
Get the EMF detector.
Get it in the cards?
Bye.
Get your EMF detector? You mean the app on his phone? Is that what he's talking about? Get the app ready, man. Do it.
It's gonna be hard to record. I'm gonna switch to a flashlight. Oh no, flashlight's worse. Okay, we'll just make do. Let's sit in the middle.
Hey, hey, hey. Maybe Tuesday is good for Tarot Tuesday, Mystic Monday, Tarot Tuesday, Witchy Wednesday. You do that all every week of October. How about that? Huh? How about that? Bet you didn't think about that. Someone asked me a question. God damn it, somebody get in here and ask me a question. Get in there! Get in there and ask me a question! Get in there and ask me a question right now! Ask me a question right now! Do it! You ask me a goddamn question right now! Yeah, I mean, good that you're recognizing that what you're hearing might not actually be a ghost, but weird that it's taking this long to do so. Got me now for your free reading, the cards don't lie.
If you're in here with us, can you do the knock again, please?
If you have a question about, will I receive my mother's inheritance? I had to burp. Will I stop being bald? Will that old witch lift the curse off of my family? Any question. No question too big or too small, as long as it fits within the terms of service. Hi-oh! That's for real, though. Oh, like Phasmophobia. Come on, man. You gotta be that meta with it? Like, why? Why?
Baseball team, the Knicks are a basketball team.
Why?
If we didn't have to guarantee that we were the only ones in the building, I would almost say that there's got to be someone that entered the building for some of these sounds.
Well, and
we
the other
heard.
thing is
Well-
too, like when we went out to the
Duh.
bar, during all that
Like,
static
yeah.
stuff, we
Like, what? Whoever is behind the camera, or your friend, or whatever. Ay, ay, ay. It's like, I guess all that could just be AI. Like, if they're like, no, are whole groups of people really just out there doing it? Not doing it. Oh man, didn't mean to say it like that. Okay, so
Harriman Hospital, and I would like to introduce you to a couple of the ladies that work here. Our gracious host.
what the fuck?
I'm telling you, there's not many people that's nicer. If you've never visited the old Harriman Hospital, whether it be for a day tour or for a paranormal investigation, we highly recommend it. So,
Dear Jeebus. See again, what are you doing? What is
that
this?
doesn't work. Jason's setting up a cat toy.
Trying. There we go.
Is it on here?
No, this one.
Sister, who is watching? To my lovely wife.
I'm
And
really
to my daughter, grandkids,
trying to listen.
who are all watching.
Ask any question you want. Call me now for your free reading. The cards don't lie. I'm your pal Goose. We are
Set up a pair of floors.
heading into hour 3 of the stream. And if you hadn't noticed, I have ads now. That means that I'm an affiliate now. That means that I get money for streaming.
We'll get here in the corner.
And more people that watch, I assume, is sort of how that scales up. So if you like
No, I don't feel anything.
mysticism, but more to laugh at it than to actually believe in it, then you're among
Do we
friends.
have anyone in here with us?
We are doing free tarot readings today.
This,
Purpose of
Heath
which
Edwards
is
said
to
this
show
is
people that
used
there's
as
really
a
no
healing
magic
room for the last two
to any of this
nights.
stuff,
Okay.
and that tarot is really just a way
This was
of
the death ring then.
learning about yourself,
Hey,
as
Becca,
opposed to, eliciting any kind of
that
magic
doesn't
or
work.
anything like that.
Jason's setting up a cat toy.
Trying.
So I can do multiple different types of pulls, card pulls, and we can look at the booklet, interpret them any kind of different way if you'd like.
It is cold.
But the bottom line is that none of this is real. Well, it's real, because none of this is impactful
Big shame.
aside from the impact that you assign to it.
So,
It's only real if you believe.
is this where you sat and said your last goodbyes to your loved ones?
And the decks that you get, they can either mean something or nothing, but I think what I really enjoy is the sort of like hand painted looking ones. And you find your own deck
That you had to
just
go
sort of
through
like
that. We've all had to
yourself,
go through
like
it,
you
or
find your
will
deck.
Go through it at some point.
You're very loud, sir. Are we just going from chair to chair and saying, is this the chair you sat in? Is this the chair you sat in? Is this the chair you sat in?
Ashley,
Is this the chair you sat in?
played the part
Is
of
it this
the
one?
person pretty good.
Is this the chair you sat in? Is this the chair you sat in?
Oscar goes
Is this the
there.
chair you sat in? Is this the chair you sat in?
Oscar,
Is this the chair you sat in?
How are you
Getting,
feeling?
like, I keep getting like a pulsing sensation in my head. Not like.
So is this like a-
Pulsing.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, sorry, I'm not playing my part.
But no touching, no, no.
No. And the chills went away too.
What?
Yeah, I kind of was feeling a little bit more in the consult room.
What? So, okay. I guess they have yes-anders with them. They have like people who are willing to kind of yes and this guy into oblivion with reassurance that ghosts are real and that they feel shit. First of all, why is she lying on the gurney? First of all, you don't know. Or I guess, okay, so he was being let into this building by someone. So chances are that it's being maintained or that it's even still in operation. So it's probably not like an abandoned hospital where all of these things could like infect you with several different bacterium and a tetanus, nice round of tetanus. So okay, sure. I think what I have a problem with is that these ladies are so ready to say, okay, well, I felt, you know, a pulsing, right? You know that when you close your eyes and you concentrate in the dark for a bit, you can feel your pulse. You know, you can kind of detect your own heartbeat, you can feel your pulse, you can kind of like, it's in your ears, it's like whoop, 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 whoop. What? That's not what your guys' heart sounds like? Should look into that. Anyway, I guess the point here is, don't believe everything you see /hear / look at / hear / dream about.
Let's head to a different room.
Oh yeah, you know,
So we're gonna pack up
different
the
room's gonna
equipment.
do it. It's room specific, the existence of ghosts. Why are you laying in the beds? Why are you laying in the beds? Why are you laying in the
Did
beds?
you hear people talking around you while you were laying in this bed?
Oh,
I think the one on my stomach just went off.
Must have been really scary and really confusing.
my lord! Oh my lord!
The cage
Oh
is,
my damn lord! Woo!
Yeah.
So,
Could you hear?
little behind the scenes spoiler. If you are the type of person
them
who
talking about
looks at a video like this and thinks that this is all infrared and that there's no light whatsoever, get yourself checked for something, probably a malformation in the brain, or a tumor perhaps, that might be causing you to have such ridiculous thoughts. These are not, the circle here is a light. Everything's just tinted red. That's all it is. There's no special night vision, infrared, heat-based FLIR technology at work here. It is just a red-shifted, either red-shifted or it's a film over the light.
I think the one on my
Plasticine or acetate, whichever you subscribe to. Probably not acetate. I think that's probably a little too hard when it dries if it melts, you know. It's like that would be
DK2
ain't no good.
falling off.
See what I mean? So like, it's not, no, it's not gonna.
Could you hear them talking about
And why is the
your chances?
quality so bad? You see what I mean? Like the quality's bad. Why is the quality bad? And why did you shift to a blue light?
Something?
We're here to listen, be here for you, whatever. You don't have to be scared anymore.
Why'd you turn on a blue light? Why did you turn on a blue light?
Was it an accident?
What? What is the point of this? Oh, it's gonna catch the spirit better, I
feel
guess.
like I have tingles.
Yes, because you're like
Could you show me
putting yourself in this state of mind
on your body you were injured?
where you're highly
Affecting.
suggestible. This is like self-hypnosis. Really, all that means is that you don't have a really high constitution. You're very gullible and easy to manipulate. Ooh, snap.
Yeah.
Was it
Sorry,
your
Danny
heart?
Gonzalez. My apology.
You're at red.
Oh, you're at red. Oh.
Were you having trouble breathing?
Oh yeah, I'm feeling such a psychic weight on my brain. I feel like
I'm so sorry you went through that.
there's something wrong. Oh no, I'm channeling a spirit. I'm mediuming out.
Is this Joanna?
So
If it is, could you make a noise or light up one of these other meters?
Got red.
ghosts
Me too.
are unproven to exist in the first place. We just tend to believe that they exist. Nobody has any evidence
Joanna, there's an awful
of any
lot
ghost
people who
existing
still
ever.
think
Otherwise,
warmly of you,
that view
and
would have
never
changed.
To be scared or feel alone ever again.
So, it's
Ironically, Joanna
interesting the
was a
phenomenon
freak
of how much
who
it pulls
died
on people's
of a heart
heartstrings and like how
unfortunately.
fervent people will defend stuff like this.
Joanna?
It's
I'm also a cardiac
both
patient.
awe-inspiring and insane.
I can understand what you went through.
Ask me a question. Just one question. I'm going to shut the stream off here in about 10 minutes just because we don't have anything going on right now. But if you like what you're seeing and you want to hang out and you want to keep me hanging out, then I'm down to do it. But I don't want to just sit here doing,
Yeah, I definitely do.
with a deck of cards in my hand and not
And we
doing
appreciate
anything.
all
I
that you
want to,
did for all of
I
your
got stuff I got to do
patients,
around
Joanna.
here. I would much rather be
Such
here
a
engaging with you
difference.
guys, but
And I think this is the perfect time.
if
to
there's
thank
no you
all
guys to engage with, how can I do that?
doctors, nurses,
How do I do that?
respiratory therapists,
Preach.
What?
anyone in the medical care field. You do such great work.
So if you have a question, if you want to ask the card
such a difference in
anything, if you want to trust in the heart of the
Someone else here
cards in the next 8 minutes, then please do so. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up in a little bit.
I mean, you've had consistent.
And then I can start getting creative over dinner. Now that's the bonus to that. If I ever have to end my stream early,
You're back.
it's always a little bit of a bonus because then I can do like,
Red,
I don't know, we were thinking
all like
rice
all.
bowls tonight, but I don't know, like, specifically. I don't know if I want to spice them up with anything. I don't know.
That's
It
crazy.
isn't.
Hasn't done that all night.
Could you move your
There's
legs?
got to be something here. Because I got like potatoes. I got like a bunch of chili crisp. I got a lot of stuff that assists things in tasting good, but I don't have a lot of the stuff that you make taste good. So I don't have main dish stuff. I don't have proteins. I think I
So,
might
Alex, you
actually
remember
have
Missy?
chicken. Some chicken.
You
I
trained
do
her.
have chicken. I'll get creative with the chicken.
Yep.
Hell yeah. I just thought of
Full red.
I'm down to answer one last question. If somebody has a question they want to answer of the great gods of the beyond, the void gods, the demigods, the demiurges, the
Now
eldritch entities that exist beyond the bounds of space and time. If you want to give them a query, I got the tools. I got the phone. I got their number. We can text them.
And like chill is going all
We'll
the way
text
up.
them real quick. What was that? What did I do? Whatever I did not mean to do it.
So earlier,
Oh, the metal chair. Oh my god. He's got the green light now.
Jason, Steph, and I
This is the one that
do
detects the
touching of
ectoplasm.
us.
I do have magic cards that answer questions, Helmet. Would you like to see them in action? I would love to show you. I was actually hoping that you would show up today because you're the perfect person. We'll put the spooky music back on. Just answer a question. Just answer any philosophical question. Well, not philosophical. Don't make it too crazy and out there. Like, make it about you or your life or whatever. But just ask a question. And we'll see. You can rate me on how accurately or how much my answer adheres to your situation, as I would say if I was using my southern accent. It's been a long time watching Frasier to get rid of that accent. So I hope you appreciate that you know, my diction has come quite a way since then. And I didn't even have to subscribe to any of the stuff that Kelsey Grammer believes in order to get my own Frasier-like patois. Although it is a bit more blue collar. Oh yes, this is one that we can actually like verify if it happens or not. So you'll be able to tell me in the wintertime if it snowed. So the spiel that I'm giving, right? The spiel that I'm giving is that these are essentially nothing. I'm giving it up. I'm giving up the game, like in the beginning here, like before we even do anything. This is all fake. This is all performative. This is all ceremony, ritual, much like religion. If you've ever read The Secret, or done a I don't remember what they're called. I think it's called a dream board. I think it's called a dream board. If you've ever done one of those, people do them without having read The Secret. It just happens to be that The Secret made them really popular. They are essentially tools, and the way that people dress them up is different. Like religion dresses it up as the will of God, or God's influence, or God's finger, or whatever the fuck he wants to stick inside of you. And the magicians will say that it's fate or destiny, or it's, you know, the heart of the cards. And The Secret says that it is you manifesting your will. Now, here's another spoiler, and I don't know if this is getting too deep down the rabbit hole, but the original founders of The Secret adhered to a little religion that I sometimes like to say, or here we go, say that I, wait, how do I do it? Oh, there we go. That I sometimes say that I like to subscribe to, which is called the left-hand path, or Liber D and Liber Null, chaos magic, fucking, you know, whatever. And it's not a religion in the sense of there's a god or there's it's really just a mockery of religion. Basically, what I'm talking about is chaos. The will, the focus of will, the breadth of will, the channeling of will, really just your own power to reason, to use critical thinking, common sense, to know thyself, pattern recognition, situational awareness, social awareness, emotional intelligence, all that kind of stuff. That is knowing thyself. And that is the essence of chaos. When you enter gnosis, that is the meditative state of being completely 100% self-aware. I don't believe in any of the woo-woo stuff, like you can astral project, and it's not, it's mostly because I don't believe in magic, but even if I were to believe in magic, I'd still want to experience something like that, knowing that the precepts of the ideas of chaos actually kind of work, because you don't have a thing that you follow, you just kind of lay back and let the river carry you wherever it's going to. So the question was, will it snow this winter where I live? It snowed once last year. I tacked on the rest of that just in case, because people on Twitch probably didn't see it. Now, you ask a very good question, because I told you that, or I not told you, but I said on the stream earlier that it's important to be very specific, because that's how you can kind of catch these scammers out. Now, this may or may not adhere to you, but let's see if my skills in interpreting tarot, along with the book, the cheat sheet, as well as a little bit of cold reading, if I can, if I'm able to, through text alone, and just what I know about you, perhaps we can get to some degree of accuracy, even if I end up saying absolutely nothing in the end. Now, the types of questions that are healthy, therapeutic, cathartic, effective, good things to ask of a tarot deck, if you're looking for actual help, are very personal things, like, am I gonna make it over the death of my dog? You know, like, I know that's a downer, but that's a bit more of one of those interpretive questions that you can really get very deep into. But let's just do this for the schnitzen googles, as this is intended. All right, so I have shuffled the deck, and I'm going to lay out 3 cards here, and then we'll go over them one by one. All right, I think this would probably be better if the camera was directly over them, but I can just show them close up when we get to them. All right. And the camera's at a really weird angle, so it's orienting is difficult. All right. So the question was, will it snow this winter? And we've got the High Priestess. So what you're doing now with this, because you're asking a very specific question, and because I don't want to be wrong if I'm trying to scam you out of something. Why did this turn into a scam watch thing? It's supposed to be just for fun. Entertainment purposes. We're not telling people how to avoid scams. So you got the High Priestess, first of all. That is a right side up card. Very cool picture there. Shabam. And here's what the text says. I'll put it here for effect, for dramatic effect. All right. The High Priestess will receive you if your desire is true and you are willing to explore your spirit, free of the need for answers or religion. True wisdom comes from quiet, solitary reflection and trusting your own personal experience of life. The High Priestess is veiled wisdom. She is the space between extremes where ideas and thoughts are uncovered, where they emerge and expand. Those who are brave enough to listen to her stillness will gain the strength and conviction they seek for future actions. Her meaning is private and personal exploration, quiet and deep knowing, mystery, strong intuition and instinct, spiritual evolution, secrets, a woman of interest. Now, how I interpret that, let's say I'm putting on my scammer hat. So you asked if it's going to snow. What I would say is, why are you asking? What's the importance behind the question. And I didn't go over the structure kind of on purpose, but I didn't go over how we do the draws, how you do a 3-card draw. This card is the question, this is the intent, and this is the outcome. Always goes in that order: question, intent, outcome. And the reason I didn't mention that is because I can make up my own fucking rules whenever I want. That's how tarot works. That's how chaos works. That's how magic works, because it's not real. So how I would say that I interpret this in terms of the question itself is, I don't think that your true purpose was to know whether or not it's going to snow next year. I think your true purpose is to know something more about yourself. How did you feel the last time it snowed? How did you feel last year? Were you in a different place mentally? Like, had there been any change of life that had happened since snowing last year and this year that you might either want to revisit or avoid? That is a question that I would have for you, Helmet. And while you're answering that, I might be able to hedge off and answer it for you. Okay? So, spoilers aside, scammer hat off. What I'm saying here is, I think either you're trying to actively disrupt the magic process, which I think, you know, anyone who asks probably in my chat is like, I don't know, is it gonna snow again? The intent is to disrupt. And so, because I know that, because I would do that, because I know that, I can put it in a way that says, like, that gets you to admit something, right? And so if I was to move further than that, and I see your answer, nice pivot, I can feel the magic work. If I was to try to push past that and say, well, you know what, I think I can tell you exactly what you're thinking. All right, I can tell you what's wrong. Okay, you clearly are either pained or wronged, or you know, something has caused this degree of skepticism. Okay, this is relevant. It's not, none of it is a pivot. I need to ask you clarifying questions in order to get, you know, the will focused correctly. So, you know, I don't have to know from you if something happened in between then and now. I can tell you just from reading the booklet with my little cheat sheet. All right, chariot. It's number 7. Here we go. All right. Surrounded by contradiction, left and right, black and white, day and night, the conquering hero of the chariot brings focus, unshakable determination and intense will to harness the host of opposing forces. Propelled by his concentration and protected by his confidence, he will conquer all difficulty, intellectual, emotional, spiritual, and physical, navigating the ruts of complexity and restoring balance. Meaning, triumph over obstacles, steady resolve, renewed motivation, harmony, the inner search for the truth, the struggle to untangle disturbance, a voyage of journey. Unfortunately, it's inverted. So the meaning now is failure, unresolved conflict, collapse, disillusion of dreams, apathy, resignation. Do you feel resigned, Helmet? I think I can guess, and I'll work you through my process so you know what part of why I'm saying what I'm saying. Did you happen to encounter any kind of familial disturbances around the time of winter last year? Maybe sometime around when it first snowed, or when you noticed that it snowed. The reason I'm asking is because most families get into disturbances around the holidays. So if I say that, it's a nice broad question that you can kind of, really anything you say, if it's, oh, well, I mean, we didn't fight other than Thanksgiving, or, oh, you know, I lost a loved one, and, you know, the family's taking it hard, or I've been really depressed. You know, it may not be familial. It may just be like you yourself, like, oh, I've been really depressed. You know, a job that I wanted didn't come to me, and you know, I feel bad. That's all here. That's all here. That's right here. I don't even, none of it, you don't have to feel any of the things that I say are happening here. I can just make it work for you. I could just be like, was there stress? Was there a loss? Was there a time when you felt like you couldn't resolve an issue with a loved one during the holidays? Were there maybe some plans that you guys couldn't agree on? Were there maybe some details about a family struggle that you guys couldn't really hammer down, and as you're upset looking out the window with your mug of coffee or cocoa or whatever, you're looking out and you're seeing it snow and you're like, you see the beauty and it contrasts with whatever it is that you're feeling, and so you have to take a moment and you have to notice the snow. And I feel like that was the reason behind your asking in the first place. Now, because I was able to peg you, boom, 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 now that I was able to peg you and nail you down with the first two cards, now I can, oh God, now I can tell you what to do with your life to make a change. First, you're gonna send me $49.95 per minute we've spoken. You've entered a contract the second you came into the chat. You agreed to it. All right, so this is the Queen of Wands, and she's upside down. So now that you've been completely roped in, you already know that I know you, like I know you better than you know yourself. I was able to tell you exactly what your intent was behind asking a question that you didn't even really mean to ask. Oh, I was about to pull a new card. You don't want to do that. That's going to anger the spirits. Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands. I'm at least 1/3 of that sentence. It's wand. The Queen of Wands. My throat is incredibly dry. It's like the frickin' Sahara. The Queen of Wands is never low on energy, warmth, or generosity. Her playful enthusiasm usually makes her the center of attention at any gathering. There's someone in your family that's a diva, Helmet. One of the family members is a diva, and you had a disturbance with them, and that's why you remembered the snow, because it was beautiful, and you wanted to remember the better times of the holidays from last year because of your diva. I'm guessing little sister, cousin, mom, brother, aunt was trying to hog all the attention from your father, mother, brother, sister, aunt, grandmother, and it caused some drama. Despite all of the recognition, she is fiercely independent. Oh wait, no, it was inverted. We have to trust in the heart of the cards here. Guided almost solely by instinct, she is in love with life, and her feisty spunk will ensure that any task is completed. She will not accept repayment for her gifts. Her reward is watching others learn and grow. Reversal: an overbearing personality, jealousness, self-doubt, untrustworthiness, unpredictability, inflexibility, passion to a fault. Helmet, I have got you figured out. I know you 100%, and I can prove it with information and knowledge of my brain. All right, so tell me if you've heard this Hallmark movie. Guy goes home for the holidays, or lives at home for the holidays. Anyway, is at home for the holidays. You've had some setbacks, you've had some successes, but mostly setbacks, and you are like, you're at this point, you've either resigned yourself to understanding that things are just stressful and that's how life is, or you're gonna go to the holidays and you're gonna try and let go of some of that stress, and you're really gonna try and have a good time with your family, and and it's you're gonna spend the holidays together, and you're gonna end up probably increasing your relationship and making your bonds more strong than they could ever have been before. So you go home, you have your catch-up time, you guys have a good first few hours, the honeymoon phase, And then the late arriver shows up, and no, right, it was reversed. So it'll lead to jealousy in the end. So okay, so what's happening here is you have an overachiever diva in the family, maybe not overachiever, but someone who gets a little bit more of the attention. I'm guessing that it's somebody much younger. It's like a baby of the family. And if there's you know, drama there, then I think that it's probably safe to assume that you might have been or are directly related to the baby, previously the baby of the family. And you know, the way that it seems is that this person comes home and is now the new center of attention, and it could even be a new birth. You know, it could be a new birth, or it could be like a see what I'm saying. It could be. I got to be more. It has to be more firm. Sorry, scammer hat going back on. Truly on now. Now, when they came home, you know, the attention was once again on them, and it kind of reminded you a little bit of the stress and the anger, and maybe not anger, you know, I don't want to try and put words in your mouth, but maybe it reminded you of the stress that you felt when attention was paid more to this other person than it was to the person that you know. Oh, see, okay, so is it your daughter? Because I would hate my daughter too if she was the diva and stealing my attention from my mommy, or her grandma, I guess. Anyway, the point being, you know, the baby used to be you, and now it's your daughter, if that's true. But if you are to overcome this, you're gonna have to sabotage your daughter, man. You're gonna have to sabotage her, and it's gonna lead to her jealousy of you in place of you know, where you guys were before. It's gonna lead to a reversal of the positions. So maybe if you frame her for doing something like just really against the rules, like lighting fires, perhaps, you know, you could potentially earn your mom's affection and attention back from that little thieving, you know, big old B word that you gave birth to, I guess. You're gonna have to sabotage her. Yeah, you're gonna have to find some way to take her down, you know, to reduce her confidence just a little bit. Scammer hat off. I don't know that I'd recommend doing that as a tarot reader. But how much of that, like, did I get? How much of the, so you have to, yeah, exactly, yes, yeah. Whatever, I know that, you know, this is all just for fun and stuff, but I don't think that I had too rusty of a cold reading skill there. It's hard to do it when I can't, like, hear the person, when I can't hear their tone, and when I can't hear, like, the specifics. But I almost kind of felt like it was like a daughter or like a new member of a family. Is there any like underlying, like, were you frustrated at all? Like, was I getting any of that right? Like, even if just by chance? Or because I was trying to set up basically the movies that you see on the Hallmark channel. Like, home for the crappy holidays, everybody. You know, I was trying to basically do a synopsis of that. Because I feel like the reason they do that so often is because people relate to it. Like, they relate to all that, like, tension and stuff. So I don't know. I hope I was able to get some of that correct. That she's like the baby in the family, and I don't know why you would ever talk shit about your own daughter, but feel free to. Here, this is a safe place. You know, if you hate her, feel free to feel free to tell me. And hey, just so you know, lighting fires just by itself is not necessarily arson unless it's a crime. So, like, you know, you could just do what I used to do, is sit at the edge of a lake and just take matches and just go It was while I was thinking of a bunch of smart stuff at the time. I was very inquisitive as a child. I really wasn't like a firebug or disturbed or anything. Okay, yeah. You know, you can't get too specific. It is a fine line. Cold reading is an art. You know, it's a magician's trick, and I think it's pretty fun to play around with. I'm obviously not like, I'm not an expert or anything, and I never will be. Never will I be. But so the goal of what I was doing here today, Helmet, if you're curious, is I wanted to take pretty much what I did for the reading. I wanted to just kind of like take questions and do like 3 card pulls, 1 card pulls, stuff like that, and try to give a little education or information about what parts of tarot are bogus and what part about tarot is true, and the conclusion of that is that tarot is simply just a psychological tool if you believe that it can work for that sort of thing. So what I'm hoping to do is inject a little bit of common sense, a little bit of pattern recognition, and some critical thinking into people that give shrift to this type of stuff. It really is just, these are all horoscopes. These are all just the same shit can apply to everyone multiple times, and it's any situation. It's all just about how you look at all this stuff. It's about your brain activating, and when we are able to be self-aware enough to understand that these are tools, like these are like lockpicks for your brain. They're hobby tools, but they are tools and they can work. They can help you focus your brain and bring your subconscious to your conscious and help you feel like, oh, okay, that's a picture of a dude in a freaking chair. Like, I can wrap my head around that, you know? So that's why I never really like used tarot cards, but I like doing the little random thing like, oh, well, I'll just fuck around and see what I got. See what, 9 of Swords, and then I'll look at the book, and not fudge up my cards facing up and down. I'll look at that, I'll look at the book, and I'll be like, okay, that's how I interpret this, and it either helped me remember something that I had forgotten, or it helps me, you know, exercise my brain and think about a thing that I've been ruminating on. Like I said before, it's like things like loss. Like if you've lost a family member and you're trying to reconcile your feelings, you're trying to understand, asking a question like, am I going to get over the loss of my loved one? All it's doing is just putting a call in your brain, and it's that brain is your brain sending it to all the different stations along its track, and one of those stations is your subconscious, and it activates something. It goes like, oh, we're thinking about that now. Oh, okay, yeah, I'll bring those files right up. Brings it up, puts it on the main screen, and now you can engage with it. Now you can work through the details consciously in your own cycles of reasoning and critical thinking. And that's why tarot works. It's not, and that's why fortune telling works. That's why psychic stuff works. It's not, if someone ever gets the lottery numbers, right, from a psychic reading, it'll be in the world record books, it'll be in the history books if it's verified and true. But also B, since we know that it's not true and we know that it's supernatural and metaphysical and all these things that just don't exist, we can look at it and say that it is statistical analysis, it is pattern recognition, it is you know, either sheer dumb luck, random chance, or because through some crazy anomaly through the universe, as there is, like, you know, a 0.0000 ad infinitum chance that you'll fall through the space between atoms, there's also a chance that, a much higher chance, actually 1 in 292 million chance, that somebody's going to guess or automatically receive through RNG the right numbers for the lottery. That person may have had a tarot reading that day. Doesn't matter. But if they were on the fence about buying a ticket, now they know that tarot works because they just won $1 billion. So you can fall off one side of the sword, you can fall off the other side of the sword, but it's all magic in the end. And if you can recognize that magic really is just a form of self-therapy, then you might get into the ceremony of it or the performative nature of it, and this might actually cause you to be more confrontational with yourself. You might actually realize more about yourself or learn more about yourself than you could have in a therapist chair or just journaling or whatever. So it's a good avenue for alternative ways of exploring your own mental health. And it's also just fun if you just know things, like if you just happen to know things just off the top of your head, then it's fun to do like whatever cold reading you can. Like there's like gimmicks, you know, you hear someone talking about, so that's a hot reading, but where you gather information about the person ahead of time. It's still fun. I would love to do that on stage sometime. That wouldn't be in the cards for me though. Haha, the cards. I'll ask it another question. Will America ever be great again? He's asking the real questions. He's asking the real questions. All right, I'm gonna do the shuffle thing. This is the performative. You know, you're making sure that you're wiping the cards clean of any previous spiritual taint. In case you guys didn't hear that word. So you take all the taint and you massage the taint away. And you just massage the taint. Put that in there. You massage the taint. You put it in. Put that in there. See? See how it goes? And then you roll it out. There you go. And you roll it out like a fine dough. Like a fine dough. Very fine dough. All right, and then you roll it out, and then you roll it out, and you roll it out, and you're still rolling it out. Still rolling it out. Still rolling it out. And religions, if you're freaky, if you're freak nasty. All right. Oh, can't show that on YouTube. Gotta leave that zoomed out. Boop. Boop. Oh, it feels like it's like a bit of a slant. The way that this is oriented. Yeah. Oh yeah, have fun, Helmet. Thank you for participating in the beginning. I appreciate it. Oh yeah, man, you too. Have a good one. Appreciate it. All right. All right, so the question was, will America ever be great again? It's a heavy one. A heavy question. I would say, was it ever, really? I mean, aside from size and scope. Prestige, was it ever really? The Empress. All right. Standing in her lush, fertile garden, the Empress invites you to water your new creation with love and patience. The soil is rich, and if tended carefully and thoughtfully, the harvest will be abundant. As the ultimate mother, she will nurture you through the unique moments of every particular stage of growth. Through the cycles of life, death, creation, and destruction, relax into the safe glow of her embrace and begin what there is to begin. Now it is time to act. Unfortunately, this is the inverse. Infertility, dissatisfaction, anxiety, uncertainty, infidelity. So, that's the question. The question is, will it? And there is no reasonable reason. There's no reasonable reason. There's no good reason to believe that with so many people feeling licensed and enabled and emboldened to say such crazy and insanely dangerous things, not just to say them, but to do them and to believe them, that it is a recipe for disillusion and dissatisfaction. When one asks, will America ever be truly great again, one is not asking a question of reality. One is saying, will I ever be able to accept the reality as it is? If I ever thought that America was great, will I ever be able to think that again? That's the real question. And I think asking such a question will only lead a person to the absence of satisfaction, to the absence of fulfillment, to uncertainty and anxiety. The intent, King of Cups. Remember, the question is, will America ever be great again? In a swirl of chaos, the King of Cups sits at ease, generating warm, kind, and gentle support. He values empathy and compassion above all things, and the expression of humanity's greatness through arts and cultures. Family and relationship mean everything to him, and he expects those around him to be sensitive to the experiences of others. He is the quintessential father figure, devoted, fair, and protective. When he shows up in your reading, he can bring others to your cause, appealing to their sense of loyalty and devotion. However, when he is in verse, he is deceptive, distant, emotionally manipulative, overtly sentimental, a pushover, explosive temper. The intent is that the bad man should leave and be voted out and stuff, because he is a bad man, because he is weak and easily manipulated. And the outcome, fitting card, the world. Can't show you the lady, but she's shirtless. Nice. The world. Oof. Are we in for a good outcome or a bad outcome? Let's find out. The world announces the completion of a journey. A master of this worldly experience, she has integrated her mind, body, and spirit to complete a cycle in her life as she prepares for another lap around. Through effort and grace, she has gained many skills and achieved a great feat, evolving from novice to expert. She has become a new being, moving with a sense of ease and satisfaction. Whole and complete, she has drunk deeply of her divine spirit and casts an ethereal glow. I don't think this means a good thing. I think this means like the death of a nation or the death of an entire governmental system. The meaning: completion of a journey, a paradigm shift, mastery, peace of mind, ease, wholeness, certain success, observation of one's own perfection. I hope that it is a positive outcome. I hope that it is promising, like what the book says, but it can also mean a righteous cleansing. It can also mean death and destruction and a lot of trouble to get to that point of enlightenment. And that's dangerous. And that's scary, you know? A scary portent. Can one tell the future? Well, no. Never been proven. Can one statistically predict the future with relative ease? Yeah. Yeah. Sure. A little. Yeah. Sure. All right, well, I stayed for my old buddy Helmet, but if there's no more questions, I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here. We did good today. Gosh darn it, as we do most days. Tomorrow is Talk Tuesday. Talk Tuesday is a day where we will open the floor, basically open mic style, to anyone who wants to appear in a podcast style and share a talent or something about their job or a little fact about themselves or really anything fun and interesting. I'm opening the floor to pretty much anything, as long as it fits within the terms of service. But yeah, tomorrow's going to be fun. Tomorrow is the only day where you can be the guest on the world's only wholesome ass podcast. I don't know that for a fact, but I'm using that for, sensationalism. All right. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate it. I am Goose, and today we did some tarot stuff. I would like to do more. Mystic Mondays could be a thing. I just, I thought we were going to get randos calling in. Maybe that's not a vibe, but it could be.